Hey, how's it going, fight fans? Welcome to Mindful Combat. If this is the first time you've checked out my channel or any of my content, why don't you consider joining my growing fight community by hitting the subscribe button below and getting involved in the conversation in the comment section. For this video, I'm going to be breaking down the upcoming main event for UFC London. It's a key welterweight fight between top contender Darren Till and veteran contender Jorge Masvidal. This fight is very important in the top 5 of the welterweight division for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Darren Till, he's looking to rebound from his loss to Tyron Woodley. After that loss, he said he was going to go up to 185 afterwards. He decided that he can still stick around at welterweight, make the weight a lot easier now. Maybe he's got a nutritionist in place. Maybe he's just being smarter with his weight cut. I don't know what it is, but he's obviously a key figure in the welterweight division. There was a lot of hype behind him going into the Tyron Woodley fight, and for him to be able to realize some of that hype, he still has the opportunity there because he's a very young man. He's taken on Jorge Masvidal, who has been around for a long time. In 155 and 170, he's been a key figure for a long time, and he's coming back from a layoff. He hasn't fought since November 2017 when he lost to Stephen Thompson, which is a mutual opponent actually. So let's go through the tape and look at the significance of each of these factors, keys, whatever you want to call it. So firstly, Darren Till was 26 years old. That makes him 8 years younger than Jorge Masvidal, who is 34 years old. Those 8 years do count. So, for example, in those 8 years, Jorge Masvidal has had tons of fights. He's had tons of wars. He's been around. He's taken beatings. He's given beatings. Darren Till's a lot fresher. He's a lot younger. He's in his athletic prime. He's very much going into his athletic prime. He's 26, 27. Most MMA fighters tend to peak around that time, whereas Jorge Masvidal at 34 years old is at the other end of his career, and it's arguable that he's going into a decline now. He's obviously lost his last 2 fights coming into this fight, so it's very pivotal, this fight, and the position that he's going to play. So their age is key here. Their records: Darren Till is 17 wins with 1 loss and 1 draw. Jorge Masvidal is 32 wins and 13 losses. There is a big discrepancy in fight experience there. There's a huge discrepancy in fight experience there. But Darren Till has also had about 45 professional Muay Thai fights, so it does make up for some of that discrepancy there. But in MMA, there's a vast difference in experience. Their height. So Darren Till stands at 6 foot tall, whereas Jorge Masvidal stands at 5'10". Their reach. Darren Till's got 74.5-inch reach, and Jorge Masvidal's got 74-inch reach. So whilst there's 3 inches in the height and half an inch in reach, that doesn't tell the tale of how much bigger than Jorge Masvidal Darren Till actually is. For example, Jorge Masvidal was fighting at 155 pounds not that long ago. For Darren Till to get down to 155 pounds, he'll probably have to chop off his legs. It's more likely he's going to 185. There's a big size difference, and I think it's going to become obvious when the fight starts to play out. Their styles. Darren Till, I'll call him a Muay Thai striker. He's got that Muay Thai background. Obviously, he's had tons of Muay Thai fights. I believe he still adopts that Muay Thai style in his fights, and it's very important to note that as his fighting style coming into this fight. Jorge Masvidal, he can grapple. He's got some key submission wins, and I think if there's one advantage he'll enjoy, it will be his grappling advantage. But I don't think that he's really going to be got. I feel like this fight is going to be handled on the feet, and Jorge Masvidal is a very, very good striker, and I would actually describe him as a striker. He's got, just look at his fight with Donald Cerrone, and that brings us nicely onto their key wins. So for Darren Till, I don't know why I keep calling Darren Till Stephen Thompson, but anyway, for Darren Till, his key wins would be Stephen Thompson and Donald Cerrone. Just two key wins there that are really worth talking about there. He's obviously had his fight with Tyron Woodley. I'm sure he learned a lot from that experience, but those are his 2 key wins. For Jorge Masvidal, who's just coming off a loss to Stephen Thompson, his key wins would be guys like Ellenberger towards the tail end of his career. You got Donald Cerrone. He actually stopped Donald Cerrone's winning streak at 170 pounds. He's beaten Michael Chiesa down at 155. He's been around for a long time, so those are good wins. He's obviously been around in there with good welterweight strikers as well. Like he fought Paul Daly, not that a while ago now, but he fought Paul Daly at welterweight as well. So that's worth noting. That's worth noting. He didn't win, but that's worth noting. Let's think about some of their issues coming to this fight. So for Darren Till, we saw that his issue is once he got into his back, he couldn't really get up, and you gotta wonder where he is in this fight after taking. That was actually his first loss in Muay Thai or MMA. That was his first loss. You gotta wonder where he is mentally coming into this fight. For Jorge Masvidal, he's coming off an extended layoff, and I'm gonna throw this out there: is Jorge Masvidal battle worn? Is he towards the tail end of his career in terms of the damage that he's taken? Is that something that we should be considering? Because if it is, that could be key in this fight. So that's definitely something worth considering. The X factor, I think the X factor for Darren Till is going to be his size, and the X factor for Jorge Masvidal is going to be his well-rounded game. How is this fight going to play out? So I feel like this fight's going to be settled on the feet. We're going to come out. I think Darren Till is going to start walking Jorge Masvidal down early, and I think Masvidal will have some success early. But I think as the fight goes on, Darren Till is going to just be all over Jorge Masvidal. I think Jorge Masvidal is not going to be able to hurt Darren Till because of the size difference, and I think when Darren Till lands and he connects, even if he's connecting to Masvidal's guard, it's going to start to impact him. And I think while Masvidal's a really tough guy who's been around for a long time, I think he'll survive early. I think as the fight gets further drawn out, we're going to see Darren Till start to take over the fight, and I think we're going to be looking at either maybe a late stoppage or a clean-cut decision for Darren Till. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know how you think this fight's going to go, and let me know if you think I'm completely off the mark in my breakdown here. That's just how I see the fight going, and I'll be interested to know what all of you guys think. Thank you for watching, guys. Mind for Combat.